We are going to take a look at lesson 9.1 correlation in our chapter 9 packet correlation and regression. So correlation is a relationship between two variables. That data can be represented by ordered pairs at x, y. X is the explanatory or the independent variable, and y is the response or the dependent variable. A scatter plot can be used to determine whether a linear correlation exists between two variables. So some examples of what a scatter plot are and kind of seeing that linear relationship is here are your ordered pairs that create your scatter plot, and then here they are plotted. And if we can see that these are going to, they're not perfectly into a straight line, but they kind of move up in that direction. So if we take a look at these, we can see those directions that they're going. So this first example, it's negative linear correlation. And we can see that going, think about it like slope of a linear function. It's going in a negative direction. So as x increases, y decreases. As we go to the right on the x-axis, you're going down the y. For our positive linear, we can see we're going uphill like a positive slope. So as x increases, y increases. Then there are going to be some that have no correlation. These dots are not forming a linear function or a linear direction. And you might have nonlinear. We can see this is kind of forming a U shape. So that would be more quadratic than linear. And when we're talking about our scatter plots, we're going to use ducks, D-U-C-S, to describe it. D is our direction, what we were just talking about, that positive, negative, or none. And maybe it doesn't have a direction. You would see that in our no correlation. It didn't have a direction. The U stands for unusual or outliers. So you might say where an outlier is, or where a gap in your scatter plot is, or maybe there isn't anything unusual about your scatter plot. Next we have correlation. So that would be like your linear. Is it nonlinear? Does it have no correlation? That's how you describe it there. And then the strength, strong, moderate, weak. Strong, you're going to have all your dots kind of close together, all moving in that direction that it's going. Moderate would be that they are still, you can still see its shape, but they might be further apart, there might be some outliers and things. And then weak, you're going to see that, especially in your no correlation, when you can't really see that shape that it's taking. So let's practice. Let's describe these scatter plots using ducks. So let's do this first one together, then I'll have you try the other ones. So our first example, the direction that it's going, it's moving uphill, so it's going in a positive direction. Unusual outliers. This one doesn't have any outliers, it doesn't have any gaps, so we're going to say none. The correlation, we can kind of see that straight line that it's creating, so it'd be linear. And then its strength, we could say strong or moderate. I'd go moderate here, they're a little bit more spread out. We're going to learn in our next lesson how we actually put a numerical value to it to decide strong or moderate or weak. So now we're just kind of doing our best guess. So I want you guys to follow that same steps. Find your D, U, C, and S for each of the remaining 3 scatter plots, and then come back for the answer. Okay, hopefully you guys got a chance to try that. So here is the answer for that second scatter plot. Pause if you need to. And then here are the answers for the last two scatter plots. Again, pause if you need to take a look.